I'm Keri, proud Headsweats ambassador, here with my girl Rachel. This is our final installment of Yoga for Runners. So who's ready?
Ready.
So we have about 40 minutes of fun ahead. You have about 40 minutes of fun ahead of you. We will begin starting on our back in Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of your feet together, allow your knees to splay out to the side. Maybe bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, or you can always leave your arms by your side. Take a few moments here. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit. This week we've been talking, or my classes have been talking a little bit about attachment and what that means. And attachment often leads to suffering. And it's different than detachment. We're not just like ignoring what's happening and living in a dark hole someplace, but it's not attaching to kind of this idea of how things have to be or what has to happen. So when we think about our current lives and we think about, the situation that we're currently in, how it's, unpredictable and definitely not something that we had planned on. We get fixated on like what we want to do when we get out or what if, and rather than drive ourselves kind of crazy, can we find a little bit of peace? Can we detach from the idea of like what we think we should be doing or what we think life should be? And can we just kind of accept where we are? Can we find a little bit of peace and happiness and gratitude even though that things are kind of chaotic around us? Similar with our yoga practice. As we practice this morning, can you not attach an idea of what you think a pose should be or how it should look, and just allow yourself to be. And that's kind of the focus for today. Just allow yourself to feel good, giving yourself an opportunity to just be present on your mat. Letting go of anything that happened prior, not worrying about where you're going or what you're doing later or what show you're going to watch or which room you're going to be sitting in. And just really be fully present. So as we spend the next few moments here beginning to breathe, starting to cultivate our Ujjayi breath, just allow yourself to be. Allow your mind to kind of quiet down and just be grateful to be on your mat for giving yourself the time for your practice. Start to inhale through your nose and then exhale out through your nose. There's this slight restriction in the back of your throat so that your breath kind of becomes audible. And this Ujjayi breath is what's going to support you throughout your practice. So as things get a little tough, focus on your breathing. So just take a few more breaths here. Finding intention for yourself for your practice this morning. It could be, I trust myself. I trust that things will be okay. Whatever it is, it's going to work for you. And I want you to just revisit that. We often set intentions as ways to kind of help refocus our mind when we get a little, lost. So take an inhale through your nose. And then as you exhale this time, open mouth side out. I want you to release anything that isn't serving you today. Inhale, bringing in new prana, new life force. And then exhale, release. One more, just like that. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, let it go. Nice. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. If you have a strap, grab it, or a t-shirt. I should have said that at the beginning. I want you to place the strap around your left foot. Extend your right leg long, heel on the floor. And then extend your left leg to the ceiling. If you don't have a strap, that's okay. Just grab behind the left leg. You don't need it. Sometimes the strap just kind of helps draw the leg in. Just stretching the back of the legs. Hamstrings. Take a few more breaths to center. So my girl Rachel here, if you've been with us the last several weeks, we know that she's very flexible. So don't think that you have to look like her or that your poses are going to look like that or whatever. I want you to not worry about that. I want you to just be grateful for what you can do and make modifications in ways that kind of support you in your practice. So you remember that it doesn't have to look like somebody else. It just has to do what works for you. Good. Take your leg into your left hand and just gently start to open it out towards the left. Placing the strap with the left hand if you want. Now notice if your right leg starts to pop up. Rachel placed her hand on her hip, kind of just adjust your grounding down through the right leg. And then as we inhale, our left leg's going to come back through center, and then exhale, the left leg's going to fall over to the right. So if you have the strap, grab it into your right hand and allow your legs. So come into this spinal twist. Shoulders should be pressing into the mat. Left arm can extend out, gaze to the ceiling. Nice reach. As we go along, if you have any questions, certainly, You're welcome to comment or post them, and I'll get back to you at the end. Doing great so far. As we inhale, bring it back through center. Hug your knee into your chest. Keep your right leg extended for a moment. So just gonna feel this little psoas stretch. So take a breath in, and then exhale, release your left leg. Good. Bring your right leg in. Extend your right leg towards the ceiling. Grab behind your right leg. If you need the strap, take it. And then just breathe here. Drawing your leg closer in to your belly, just feeling the stretch. Just notice what happened with your left leg. Try to keep it active. Left heel's on the earth and your toes are facing the ceiling. Good. Bring your right leg into your right hand. Start to open out towards the right. Nice. Notice that left hip's popping up. Place your left hand on your thigh. As you inhale, bring your leg back through center. Exhale, spinal twist. Allow your right leg to drop to the left. Your right arm tees out. You have the option to gaze to the ceiling or towards the right. Yogi's choice. What feels better on your neck. And as we inhale, bring it back through center. Hug your knee into your chest. Keep the left leg extended. Feel the psoas stretch here. Breathe. And then exhale, release your leg to the floor. Good. Take a full body stretch. Reach your arms back behind you. So you're reaching from your fingertips to your toes. Zip up your legs. Breathe. Nice work. And then roll up into a tight little ball. Drawing the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, release your feet to the mat. Setting up for bridge pose. Inhale, start to lift your hips up. So you want to be able to graze your heels with your fingertips. If you have a block or a pillow or something nearby, maybe it's a foam roller for us runners, you can go ahead and slide the block underneath your hips if you want to make this a little bit more restorative. Otherwise, you can always place the block between your thighs to start to help engage the glutes a little bit more. So we're kind of quad dominant. So really working the back of the legs and the glutes is very important for us. Yoga is great because it helps with this, not only with the flexibility, but we are working on strengthening and stabilizing, especially in poses like bridge pose. Take another breath here, in. As you exhale, lower segmentally, upper, middle, lower back, remove the block. Extend your legs towards the ceiling. Point and flex your toes, roll out your ankles a little bit. Good. Now bend your knees 90 degrees so that your shins are parallel to the floor. Take your hands interlacing behind your head, just a little bit of abs. Take a breath here, inhale. As you exhale, start to lift up. Good. Keep your knees over your hips and notice that they start to come in towards your belly. Bring your head into your hands, lift up your shoulders a little bit more. Think about drawing your ribs in towards the floor. And you want your low back flat. So I can't put my hand under Rachel's back. Her belly is really suctioning to the mat. Her knees are over her hips. You're doing great, Rach. Inhale, release your shoulders back down. Exhale, come back up like that, nice and slow. Good. Feet are active. Knees are over your hips. These legs are bent 90 degrees. You're doing great. Nice work. Inhale, release your shoulders back down. Exhale, come back up. Good. Nice. Now this time, I want you to take the palm of your hands and I want you to press them into your legs, right? So I don't want you to hold your legs. I want you to kind of add this resistance. So you take the pads and palm of your hands, you're pressing them into your legs and you're pressing your legs into your hands. Nice. Yes. Feel that, Rich? Yeah. She's like, yeah. Bring your hands behind your head, then release your shoulders down. We'll do that again. Take a breath in. As you exhale, come up, shoulders lift. Bring your hands to your legs. Add that resistance. Legs into the hands into the legs. Feet are active, shins are parallel to the floor. You're lifting up your shoulders a little bit more. You're adding the resistance. You're breathing here. Next inhale, release it back down. Good. Hands behind your head. Release it back down. Nice work. Exhale, come back up, shoulders lift. Good. Bring the hands to the legs. Okay. Now it doesn't have to do that. You did it. It's automatically. So we're stuck. You guys got one more like this because Rachel moved your hands there and I didn't want to correct her. Bring your hands back behind your head. Shoulders come down. As you exhale, come back up. This time, keep your hands behind your head. Send your left leg long. Keep the right knee over the hip. As you inhale, bring the left leg back in and extend your right leg long. Inhale, leg comes back, switching sides. So just kind of like march it off, walk it off here. So you're alternating from side to side. We'll add the twist in a moment. Legs extend. We're here for 8 more. We've got 7. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back down. Nice work. Last little bit of core. Exhale, come up, shoulders lift. This time as the left leg extends, I want you to twist to the right. Stay high off your right shoulder. As you inhale, bring it back through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Stay high off your left shoulder. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, twist. We'll add these little bicycles. I want you to just move at your own pace, so as fast or as slow as you want to go, connecting movement and breath, and letting go of this idea of what you think the pose should be. So we're talking about attachment and letting ourselves go and just allowing it to be. And your core is probably burning and you're really feeling this sensation, and that's great. Hopefully you're building that internal heat. You're here just for a little bit longer. Don't worry, I haven't forgot about you. We're here for 10. Last 9. You've got this. Keep powering through. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Release. Windshield wiper your legs from side to side. If you want to take a little spinal twist, you made it through some core work. Good. I always like to start with core in the beginning of our classes just because it helps build that internal heat. It starts to activate the core and the belly. And this is what your core is going to support you and stabilize you throughout your practice. So it's important to make sure that you're nice and warm. Hug your knees back into your chest. Rock and roll up and down your spine. Come to a quick little seated position. So easy seat, all fours. Good. I want you to inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, side bend to the right. Bring your right palm down. Left hand reaches up and over. Feel the side body stretch. You can drop down to your left forearm if you want, like Rachel's demoing. As you inhale, bring it back through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Feel this nice side body stretch to the right side. Keep the sit bones grounded, rooted into the earth. As you inhale, bring it back through center. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Start to just forward fold. Nice job. Arms are extending out in front of you. Hips are drawing back. Breathe here. Maybe your forehead or third eye comes to the mat. Take another breath. And then inhale, rise back up. Exhale, release your hands by your side. Shoulders stretch. Bring your right hand in front of your left. Hook your left hand. Yeah, there you go. Start to gaze over your right shoulder. Take a breath. Inhale, bring it back through center. Release. Exhale, other side. Cross your left arm over. Start to gaze over that. Nice work. Breathe. Good. And then inhale, release back through center. Nice. Bring your hands down. Find a tabletop position. Roll over so you're on your knees. Hips are over your knees. Shoulders are over your wrists. On an inhale, belly drops. Find your cow pose. Pause here. Shoulders are drawing down. Crown head is reaching towards the ceiling. Spread your collarbone. Or as a lot of our teachers in Power Yoga, we smile our collarbone. Think about that, drawing forward. And as you exhale, round your spine like an angry Halloween cat. Belly pulls in. There's this nice rounding in the body. Fingertips are wide. You're really pressing into the earth. Inhale, cow pose. Belly drops, chest lifts. Exhale for cat pose. Take a few more just like this. Find your cat-cow. If you want to get creative this morning, be my guest. You can circle out your hips a little bit in one direction or the other. You can flip the direction of your palms to get a little bit of a forearm stretch or wrist stretch. Just taking a few breaths wherever you are. Nice. We'll meet back in a tabletop position in 5. Last 4. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Tabletop position. Your fingertips are turned back, turn them forward, press into the earth. Curl your toes, quick little bear pose just to gauge the belly a little bit more. Shins are parallel to the floor. We'll meet in downward facing dog in 5. Bear pose, hold here for 4. You have 3, last 2. Downward facing dog in 1, hips high. Good. So what's very important in downward facing dog, you're in this inverted V, right? I want you to avoid dump it to your shoulders. This action, right? No good. I want you to think about drawing your ribs in, pressing into your arms. Nice. Creating this light long energy. Now your heels might not meet the earth. That's okay. And if any kind of pain or sensations, you're struggling a little bit, walk your feet forward. You can make this V a little bit smaller, right? Nice. From here, bring your feet together. Start to tiptoe to the front of your mat. Find a ragdoll forward fold. So grab opposite hand to opposite elbow. Just take a moment here. Place a generous bend in your knees so that your belly rests on your thighs and that the crown of the head is reaching towards the floor. You can shake your head out a little bit if you want. You can start to sway a little bit side to side. And then switch so the opposite elbow is in front. Good. So you feel the lengthening, the stretch in the back of the legs. Nice. Now imagine all those things, negativity, negative thoughts, self-doubt, fear, anything that isn't serving you, imagine it rolling off your back and rolling out through the crown of your head. Leave it on the floor in front of you. Let it go, right? Be grateful for where you are, even if it's not where you expected it to be. Just be happy, because when we get fixated and we think about what we keep focusing on what we think our life should look like right now, causes suffering. So the point is to not suffer, right? To just find the joy, find the peace, find the love, find the gratitude. Release your hands to the mat, slowly start to rise. One vertebrae at a time, head comes up. As you inhale, arms are going to extend towards the ceiling. Take an extended mountain pose. Shoulders are going to draw down your back. Really press into the four corners of your feet. Spin the pinky fingers in a little bit to help bring the shoulders back, opening up. Guys, beautiful raise. Take a breath in. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot back. Drop your right knee. Untuck your toes. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Arms rise. Good. Be mindful that you're not dumping into your low back. Keep the ribs drawing in. I want your shoulders and hips stacked. So less of this arching motion. Nice. Take a breath in. As you exhale, plant your hands. Plank pose. Step your left foot back. Drop both knees. Lower belly, chest, chin to the mat in one piece. Elbows raise your ribs. Inhale, low cobra. Your chest just peels off the floor. Gaze down, spine long. As you exhale, release. Curl your toes. Downward facing dog. Nice job. Inhale, right leg's going to lift. Exhale, step it through. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Drop knee backs. Untuck toes. Arms rise. Biceps by your ears. If this is uncomfortable, goal post your arms. Yes. Take a breath in. As you exhale, plant your hands, step to the front, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back. Drop your left knee, keep your toes, arms rise. Inhale. Good. Exhale, plant your hands, plank pose. Drop your knees, lower belly, chest, and chin. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Rich, use the blocks to help bring your left leg lifts. If you're having a hard time stepping your left foot forward as we come to the front of our mat, you can bring your hands under blocks, left leg lifts. Step it through, low lunge. Drop your back knee, keep your toes tucked. The toes tucked this time and the last time will help feel a little bit more of a hip opening, flexor stretch. Arms rise, inhale, there you go. As you exhale, plant your hands onto the blocks perhaps, step to the front, forward fold. That can kind of help you a little bit if you're struggling. To get the foot to the front of our mat takes a lot of core strength too. You really need to think about finding that cat pose, right? So you're in this forward fold, inhale, halfway lift. Pause here, bring your hands to your shin, squeeze the shoulder blades together, nice job. So this long line of energy for the crown of the head from the tailbone. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, smile. Right? It's Wednesday. The sun's out. I mean, what could be better? Exhale, forward fold. You're on your mat. You're doing yoga. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, plank pose. Now, you're welcome to continue to drop your knees, or we're going to show you a low push-up called Chaturanga Dandasana. Pause here. Reach just for a sec. Look at this beautiful Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. I won't make her hold too long. Hold in your up dog. So for your Chaturanga, you're kind of bent 90 degrees, but if you notice, Rachel's elbows weren't flaring out. And then in the up dog, her hips are lifted, her knees are lifted, her shoulders are drawing down, that collarbone is smiling, the crown of the head is reaching so strong. Exhale, release, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze to the front of your mat, step, hop to the front. Rachel's been working on her handstands to the front, but we're not going to do that today. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. It's pretty impressive. Join us in one of our Empower Yoga classes and you'll see it. Arms rise, inhale, hashtag yoga goals. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, plank pose, step back, find your chaturanga, drop your knees. If you want to skip it, go right to downward facing dog. There's no shame in your game. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more, sun egg. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, float to the front. Good. Oh, there's Rich. She did show. Look at that little float. Forward fold. Nice work. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, smile. Exhale, forward fold. Nice, Rach. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, plank pose, Chaturanga Dandasana. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a little child's pose here. Drop your knees. Sink your butt back to your heels. Uncurl your toes. Stay here. Grab a drink. Cheers. I'm drinking my coconut water. Important to stay hydrated. That's one of my goals this week. During quarantine, we written goals, and we have them posted on the fridge. Mine was drink more water because I've been severely dehydrated. Well, severely is a strong word, but I've been dehydrated. So, let me just exaggerate things right there. That was so good. Good. So meaning you're in your child's pose, just like Rachel is. I'll give her a quick little child's pose assist because she's had a rough morning so far. We've been busy. We'll meet back in downward facing dog when you're ready. So meeting in your downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Pause. Find that cattail like Rachel's showing you. Plant your foot between your hands. You're in a runner's lunge. Arms rise, high crescent lunge. Nice job. Good work. Move the blocks here for a second. From your high crescent lunge, similar to your low lunge, except your back knee is lifted. If this is uncomfortable, you can always opt to drop your bottom knee. That's cool. Take a breath here. Inhale. As you exhale, tilted crescent. Chest comes parallel to the floor. Find an airplane. Start to shift your weight into your left leg. I placed blocks in front of Rachel to show you a supported airplane. If you're really struggling with balance and you start to notice that your left hip kind of pops out to the side or your right hip kind of dips, rather than work on the balance, think about working on strengthening and stabilizing your left leg. And we need a lot of this strength and stabilizing as runners, right? So from here, holding. If you don't need the blocks, Rachel, bring your hands up, can be to heart center, or arms can be by your side. Nice work. As you inhale, actually bring your hands back to the blocks. If you want, you can bring your hands to the floor of the blocks. Inhale, leg lifts. This leg is lifted. Exhale, tap your right toes behind your left heel. Behind your heel. There you go. And then inhale, re-extend. So I'm going to get this little hamstring stretch. Exhale, tap. Inhale, nice work. There you go. Exhale. Now, this might be really hard to kind of bring your foot to your heel, or even if that's even easy, think about bringing your right foot forward, sliding it past your left foot, Rach. There you go. Do you feel that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, working the legs. Give me a few more. Nice work. You got it. Last 3, 2. And on that last one, step your right foot next to your left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Butt is down, chest is lifted. Nice job. If your arms extended out is uncomfortable, hurts my shoulders, you can goal post your arms. Nice. You can also bring your hands together at heart center. You're holding here for a moment. Start to shift your weight into your left foot. Hover your right foot off the floor. So you're almost in this one-legged chair. Nice. And then as you inhale, extended one-legged mountain. So draw your right knee into your chest. Extend your arms up overhead if you can. Finding balance here. Take a breath in. As you exhale, figure 4. Come back to that slight bend in the left knee. Hands come together at heart center. Butt comes back. Bring your hands to your shins or to the floor or to the blocks to work on opening that right hip a little bit more. Nice. Rachel's she can balance from this position. It's called a flying pigeon. Just quickly show you, not that I expect anybody to do this today, but something that she's been working on in her practice. Lots of core. But right now, that's like eventually where you could go and where you could progress. Not necessarily where, we definitely don't start there. But you're in your figure 4 and you're enjoying the stretch. You start to rise back up. Come back to that one-legged mountain with the right knee drawing into the chest. As you exhale, come back to that airplane pose again. So just like we came back, step it back, runner's lunge, plank pose. Find your flow. Nice work. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale, side out. Let some of that heat go. Other side, same thing. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Plant the foot. You're in runner's lunge. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Arms reach up. Nice work. If you need the blocks, get them ready. If not, that's okay. Rachel doesn't need them. As you exhale, tilted crescent. Arms come by your side. Good. Start to shift your weight into an airplane. Grab the blocks. From here, bring your hands to the floor. The blocks coming into that standing leg split. I didn't explain that so well on the other side. I apologize. Then start to give me those little toe taps. So your left foot touches your right heel, or it comes slightly in front of your right leg. So you're tapping. And how many would you say, Rachel, we did on the other side? About 10? Yeah, about 10. So make sure you're kind of even, pressing the ground away, pull the belly in, feel that extension in length. If you have to slightly bend your knees, that's okay. On that 10th one, your left foot will meet the right into a forward fold. Nice job. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Butt is back, chest is lifted. So the weight's in your heels. Take a peek down. Notice if your knees are over your toes. If they are, think about shifting your shins back. Find the arm variation that works for you in your chair pose. Start to shift your weight into your right foot so that your left foot starts to hover, so you're in this one-legged chair. As you inhale, one-legged mountain, left knee draws into the chest. Can you extend your arms up overhead, finding balance? Grounding down, rooting into that right foot. Take another breath in. As you exhale, cross your left leg over, figure four, your butt starts to come back. You'll hold here, finding the stretch in the left hip. You'll bring your hands to your shins or towards the floor. Yogi's choice, what feel works for you. Rachel's going to demo flying pigeon on this side. One side is always easier than the other. I think this is my more challenging side. Rachel makes both sides look pretty easy. Nice. With control, come back up to your figure four. Re-extend one-legged mountain. Wobbles are okay. Look, see? Nothing happens. All good. Exhale, airplane. Step it back, runner's lunge. Plank pose. And flow, chaturanga. Nice job. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last little sequence. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, plant your foot. Warrior two. Rise up. This time in warrior two, your back foot is parallel to the back of your mat. Your left foot toes are facing forward, and your heel of your left foot is perpendicular, intersects with the arch of your back foot. Tendency here, especially for runners, is to kind of hinge forward or back a little bit, and that has to do with, hip flexor flexibility or how tight you are. So I want you to really be mindful of your shoulders and your hips. Bend into this left knee. It's very easy for us. Want to straighten leg. Don't. Keep it bent. This is a very strong, challenging pose. You're working a lot of things here. Think about this left knee out to left baby toe. If your knee is tracking too far over your toes, adjust your stance. But Rachel looks pretty good. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Right hand slides down. So start to feel this opening through the left side body. Stay bent in your left leg. Take a breath here in. As you exhale, extended side angle, left forearm, left thigh, or your hand can come to the floor or a block, yogi's choice. Top arm reaches up and over. You can keep your hand here, or you can come in for a half bind, bring your top arm behind your back. If you want to do full bind and you have that strap nearby, a full bind, Rachel's demoing, you grab, take your left hand underneath and you grab it. If not, you would grab a strap like so. This is a really great chest opening. Think about drawing your right shoulder back, breathe here. Release the strap, rise back up, warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse triangle. So now you'll straighten the leg. This should feel really nice, right, Rach?
Yep.
Yeah. Good. And as you exhale, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Left hand down, right arm lifts. Now, a lot of us in triangle pose want to start to collapse towards the floor. Yeah. And maybe our chest starts to fall forward. Don't. I want you to stay lifted. I want these ribs drawing in, and I want you to think about left hip is tucking under, and your back is kind of flat, pressing against the wall. Opening and expanding the chest. This looks nice. Take a breath here in, smile. Don't forget to smile. Come back to that intention. Exhale, pyramid pose. Hands on either side of your left foot. Right foot steps forward. Nice job. So shorten your stance. Think train tracks. I don't want your feet to be one in front of the other. I want them to be a little bit wider. You're going to feel a better stretch. Grab those blocks if you have them to bring them onto your hands. Inhale, you'll halfway lift, and then exhale, fold over that leg. So this left hip is drawing back and this right hip is drawing forward. Tendency, you're popping out to the left. No good. Keep everything hugging into midline, right? So anytime you're kind of moving, you're moving with purpose and control. There's a reason, right? You're activating different muscles. You're working on that strength, that engagement. So don't just flap into things. Think about moving with purpose and just be mindful of what your body is doing. Be mindful of what your mind is doing And if it's uncomfortable, how can you kind of just find a little peace in the discomfort? There's a difference between being uncomfortable and being in like severe pain. Pain's no good, but uncomfortableness, that's how we get stronger, when we kind of find our edge. Keep your right hand down, left hand lifts. Open up towards the left. Take a little twist here. Nice job. Take a breath in. As you exhale, seated twist, you'll slide the right knee under the left. Your bottom will drop to the floor. Arms reach up. Inhale. As you exhale, left hand comes behind your back as a kickstand, and your right elbow starts to press into your left knee. Important here, keep the spine long. Keep the crown of the head lifting. Draw the left shoulder back. Feel it opening. Take a breath here in. As you exhale, plank pose. Hold your plank. We're going to lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Setting up for locust pose. Zip up your legs. Arms come by your side. Interlace your hands at your low back. Forehead or chin to the mat. Take a breath here in. Exhale, let all the air go. On your next inhale, start to lift up. Press your pubic bone into the mat. Good. If this is too much, you can release your hands, or maybe don't lift your legs, just lift the chest. It's too much in your low back. Otherwise, your feet are lifted. You're squeezing everything. You're engaging your glutes. Your pubic bone is pressing into the mat. Take a breath here in. Exhale, release. Let it go. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Downward facing dog. One more side. You're doing great, team. Good work. Right leg lifts. Step it through, warrior 2. Open up. Set your foundation on this side. Find your strong warrior. And notice that your back hand is the same height as your front hand. Are your shoulders over your hips? Good. Is this side a little bit tighter? Keep your shoulders drawing down. Now to hold this position, like you're working really hard. Stay here for a few moments and it gets a little intense. People don't realize. Good work. Check in. Is your right knee tracking over? Yep, that looks good, Rach. Right knee is drawing out to the side. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Feel the stretch to the side body. Left hand can come down the left leg. Stay bent in that right leg. Take a breath here in. As you exhale, warrior variation, extended side angle, right forearm, right thigh. Set it up first. Anytime your chest is facing the floor, you're collapsing, grab a prop. The purpose of this is kind of open up the chest, open up the heart. Add the half bind. A lot of people want to go for a full bind when they're not totally ready, or they don't want to use a strap, and our ego kind of gets in the way. The whole, you're missing the purpose, and you'll miss the shoulder stretch, you'll miss everything if you start to collapse. So think about opening up the chest. Breathe here. If you have a bind, release it. Come back, warrior 2. Flip that front palm, reverse triangle. Straighten that right leg. Reach back, hinge back. Take a breath in. Now, left hip is tucking under. Your back is flat, like on a pane of glass. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Right hand down, left hand lifts. Tuck that right hip under. Breathe here. Try not to collapse. It doesn't matter how low you go. It doesn't matter if your hand touches your ankle or the floor. It's about opening, lengthening. Breathe. Take another inhale. As you exhale, plant your hands, pyramid pose. Hands either side of your right foot. Step that left foot in. Find the train tracks here. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Grab those blocks. Right hip back, left hip forward. Good. Breathe. Feel the stretch. It should feel so nice. Breathe here. Slight bend in the knee. Catch your hamstring. Good. Start to lift. Add that twist if you'd like. Left hand down, right hand lifts. Breathe in, open up, take another breath in. As you exhale, seated twist on this side. Left knee comes under. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand down, left hand lifts. Keep the spine long. Stay twisted. Draw the right shoulder back. Open up, crown of the head is reaching. Nice. Good work. Take a breath here. Inhale. As you exhale, plank pose, Chaturanga Dandasana. Actually, I lied. We're not supposed to do a Chaturanga. We're coming back to the floor. We got another locust. My bad. Lower all the way to the mat, and we'll make you hold it and count it down. Setting up for locust number 2, or if you want a little bit of a deeper back bend, you're welcome to come into bow pose. Grab your legs, your ankles or shins. Tendency, knees splay out here. Hug everything into midline. Inhale, start to lift your chest, lift your knees. Kick your feet into your hands to open up your heart a little bit more. Smile here. We're here for 2 more breaths, so breathe in and breathe out. 1 more. Inhale. And then exhale, release. Windshield wiper your feet from side to side. Nice job. Come back to your downward facing dog. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, bend your knees. Walk halfway up your mat, lower onto your bottom. You made it. Nice work. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll onto your back. Good. Give yourself a little squeeze. Take a little happy baby. Grab the outside edges of your feet. Nice. Good. You did it. So we did that standing figure four. I'm going to show you a reclined figure four to get into those hips a little bit more. So after your happy baby, this is nice for the hips too. Add our hips and our hips. Draw your knees back together. Cross your left leg over your right. Now raise, keep your right foot on the floor just for a second. Option one, your right foot is down, left leg is crossed. Flex the left toes to protect the knee. This could be enough. Maybe you take your left hand and gently guide your left knee away. Option two, start to lift your right leg, shins parallel, grab behind the right leg. Grab those hands, right? The left hand threads through the legs. Draw the knee into the belly. Option three, hold here and then add that little resistance to the left knee. If you're near a wall, you can always bring your right foot onto the wall. Take a breath. So we carry a lot of stress and tension in our hips, so think about letting it go. Join the stretch. Nice. Release the legs. If you have it, bring your right foot down, uncross, windshield wiper, side to side. Other side, right foot crosses over. Option one, left foot down. Option two, left leg lifts, grab behind the left leg. Option three, add the resistance to the right leg, draw it away. Shoulders are still pressing into the earth. Find the stretch that works for you. Hold here, a few more breaths. Two more breaths. And release. Uncross your legs, windshield wiper your feet. Get your feet wide, mat width distance. Allow them to fall to the left. Take a little spinal twist. Now from here, want your right hip and knee in line, right? And then take your left heel, bring it on top of your right knee. This is nice for the hip flexors. I do this all the time, like every day, all day, really. Good. Think about your right knee drawing closer to the earth and that left heel is kind of guiding it. And that left knee is drawing down too, so there's a lot happening. But in order to really appreciate the stretch, you really need to get your hip and knee in line. Inhale, bring it back through center. Exhale, find it on the other side. Allow your legs to drop to the right. So your right heel comes to the left knee, and then just check in. Is your left hip in line with your knee? Is this right shin parallel to the front of your mat? Breathe. It's being like glitchy, the video. It keeps like glitching. Hope you guys can see me okay. Take a few breaths, just feeling the stretch. Nice. And then as you inhale, bring it back through center, release. Nice work today. Hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a little squeeze. And then exhale, release your legs out in front of you, setting up for your final rest. If you have blocks or pillows, maybe bring them under your knees. This is really nice. If you have a pillow, you can always bring a pillow under your head if you want. Right, here we go. Let's set you up nice and cozy. Arms by your sides, palms face the ceiling. We'll just take a few moments here. So you've worked really hard this morning. So now is your opportunity to rest. So life's about balance, right? It's about like working hard and resting hard too. So give yourself permission to take about, we're only going to be here for like 90 seconds, really. Just allow yourself to be. Allow yourself to just completely melt into the mat, close your eyes, and let it go. Shavasana. Begin to bring some movement back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Arms can reach up overhead for a full body stretch. You can remove the blocks if you like. I'll grab them out of reach. And then draw your knees into your chest. Take a moment, thank your body for its hard work this morning and all the hard work it does for you each and every day. Roll over onto your right side in the fetal position. Getting ready to awaken for maybe the second time today, third, I don't know. Maybe workouts, yoga classes you did. Come back to that intention, that idea of attachment and letting go of what we think life should be and accepting where we are, finding love and gratitude. That would carry that with you for the rest of the day, the rest of your week. And just take a few moments to pause throughout the day when you start to get a little cranky or whatever it may be. And just remember that you can come back to this feeling of peace, of ease. You can come back to your breath. And just remind yourself that you will be okay. I trust the universe has my back. I trust that things will be okay. Back to that intention, that mantra that you set from the beginning of your practice. And allow that to support you off your mat today. Make your way to a comfortable seated position. Eyes remain closed. Palms come together at heart center. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale, side out. Yogis, it has been a privilege and an honor to join you each week, to guide you throughout your practice. I thank you so much for being here, for being a part of the amazing Headsweats community. And I hope that you'll come visit me on the mat again soon. Take a slight bow to yourself for showing up, bowing to one another, and together we say, Namaste. Yay. Nice work today. So even though we won't be here Wednesday at 10 o'clock, Headsweats has a ton of other really cool ambassadors doing different workouts. So be sure to check them out. They have like boot camp and all kinds of fun different things happening. So visit the page, and if you miss the live class, you can always watch the videos on their YouTube channel, so be sure to check that out. If you are interested in a little bit more yoga with myself and Rachel and some of the other wonderful Empower Yoga crew, please visit us at empoweryoganj.com. Click on the schedule tab and join one of our Zoom classes. We have family yoga, we have yin yoga, restorative yoga, power classes. So they're $5 and you can do yoga all day long. We have different classes throughout the day and on the weekend, so check us out. And if you live in the New Jersey area, once we reopen, be sure to visit one of our hot classes too. But thank you from my living room to yours. Thank you for having me, and we'll see you soon. Logging off.